headlines. Senate expresses reservation on court order. Nigeria's debt profile on the rise. Representatives query sports ministry's missing funds. Stakeholders solicit for new approach to insurgency. Welcome to the News Hour on Television Nigerian. I am Eunice Johnson. The Nigerian Senate has expressed reservations on the Federal High Court's order stopping the National Assembly from taking further action on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2018, stating that the issue at stake does not require the court. This followed the adoption of a point of order raised by the minority leader, Senator Godswill Akpabio, at plenary. Senator Akpabio, relying on Order 45, urged the Senate to write to the Chief Justice of Nigeria to intimate him on the stand of the Senate and to remind him of the principles of separation of power. The Abuja Division of the Federal High Court had on Wednesday restrained the National Assembly from further action on the amendment of the Electoral Act pending till March 20th. Statistics available from the Debt Management Office (D.M.o) has shown that Nigeria has grown its debt portfolio by 9.61 trillion naira under the present administration. According to the D.M.o, Nigeria's debt stood at 21.73 trillion naira as of December 31st, 2017, while the figure as of June 30th, 2015 was 12.12 trillion naira. This is a signal that the country's debt rose by 9.61 trillion naira, or by 79.25%. Further analysis showed that the domestic debt for the federal government was 12.59 trillion naira, while the domestic debt of the states and the Federal Capital Territory was 3.35 trillion naira. According to the D.M.o, the restructuring of the country's debt mix has led to an increase in the foreign debt in order to minimize the high interest rates of local debts. The House of Representatives has queried the alleged disappearance of the $150,000 grant given to the Athletics Federation of Nigeria (AFN) by the International Association of Athletics Federation in 2017. The lawmakers passed a resolution in Abuja summoning Sports Minister Solomon Dalong, top officials of the AFN, and the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to explain the development. The International Association of Athletics Federations reportedly paid the said sum to the AFN as its grant for the 2017 in error, instead of the $15,000 it usually gives the sports body as annual grant. And as at the time of filing this report, the international body has been calling for its refund, which has not been accounted for. After the break, stakeholders solicit for new approach to insurgency. Thanks for staying tuned. Stakeholders have identified the need for a different approach in the fight against insurgency in the Northeast. This was revealed in a one-day policy discussion on local perspectives, initiatives, and concerns of peace-building processes in northeastern Nigeria. Speakers at the one-day meeting organized by the Kuka Center in conjunction with the U.S. Department for International Development and Conciliation Resources highlighted the inclusion of locals in intervention efforts.
Whatever we need to do to bring a convergence of ideas together is very important. And personally, for us at the Kuka Center, we've tried to take this conversation away from it being portrayed as a military operation. Because when you hear the government talks, and the head of the president is a retired general, The National Security Advisor is a retired general, So we're insisting that this should not be seen as a military operation.
For over 9 years now, the Northeast has been the theater of war in Nigeria. So many lives have been lost, so much property destroyed. And so we feel that we cannot allow this to continue without engaging the public, without engaging the local communities, because they are the forefront of whatever that is happening there.
The conference, which was inspired by a research exposing the disconnect between policies and the aspiration of locals, also seeks to change the narrative of the campaign in the Northeast and the country at large. And in sports, Barcelona Football Club captain Iniesta has revealed he has an offer to move to China and will make a decision on his future before the end of April. Speaking after the 3-0 win over Chelsea on Wednesday, which he secured the team's place in Champions League quarter-finals, Iniesta admitted his future may lie elsewhere. The player has been linked with Tianjin Chinese Super League club, which the club has dismissed as a rumor. And on the foreign scene, 6 people were reportedly killed and 14 others injured when a Senegalese military helicopter crashed late Wednesday in the southern part of the country. The helicopter, which went down in a mangrove forest in the coastal area of Missira, was carrying 20 people, including 4 crew members. Authorities have launched an inquiry into the incident to determine the cause of the crash. To end the news, a recap of the major stories. Senate expresses reservation on court order. Nigeria's debt profile on the rise. Representatives query Sports Ministry's missing funds. Stakeholders solicit for new approach to insurgency. And that's the news at this hour. But before I go, I leave you with this thought. You can do great works by loving what you do and doing what you love. Thanks for staying tuned. I am Eunice Johnson. Bye for now.